job.
Beads.
Bees?
Beads.
Beads! Return from whence you came.
So we might as well have a good time. Toga, 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 toga.
Let the party begin. We're so excited to have our next guest on. Great friend of the program, Senator John Hoffman. I have such a smile on my face, John. It's probably too much, but I'm so happy to hear your voice this morning. We have not talked other than some texts for the last, whatever it's been, a month. How you doing, my friend?
Yeah. Almost 6 weeks, Al. If I'd be doing any better, I'd be you, man. That's for sure. There you go.
I'm just so glad you're doing well.
Good to be alive.
Yeah, amen to that, brother. Amen to that. Don't know necessarily where this is all going to go. I was talking with some family yesterday over a cigar, and of course, what happened to you all on that day obviously comes up a lot in anybody who talks politics. And I mentioned how I loved having cigars with you, and I said, and by the way, he's coming back today. And then what are you going to ask me? I said, don't really care. I could care less your thoughts on Fatah, your thoughts on Mitchell. I really don't care, John. I'm just so glad you're on the program. I mean, I'm so flipping fun. And then once I found out...
It's really good to hear your voice. It's good to hear your voice, Al. Really, seriously.
Now, am I allowed to ask you a couple of questions? Here's what I want to ask you. So right after everything happened, and you're all over the news, you probably know that. The following Monday...
No.
John's got his spot here. He's been coming on Mondays every Monday for forever. So I send a text. I even said, John, can't answer it, get it, but I want you to know this spot's open for you. And I didn't hear nothing.
Yeah.
Another week come by, I kind of did the same thing and didn't hear nothing. Now, we all heard you were alive, so it was good. Then you text, I don't know, 3 weeks into it, you text back, say, I got my phone back from the FBI. I couldn't talk to you, Al. What did the FBI guy say? He's got to think I'm the dumbest schmo ever. You're in ER, and I'm sending texts about coming on my program.
Yeah, they said, who's this guy from Mankato who keeps texting you? Do we need to go talk to him? And,
He's a psycho. I knew it.
And I said, nah, it's okay. It's just. Oh my God, yeah. Well, they took my phone because that's was to my blank. And anyway, all the
Well, looking back, it made sense they would take your phone. But I'm just schmo sending you repeated emails. I'm like, man, I don't know. Maybe your wife's following along, and you're not letting me talk to Al anymore. Finally, she got her wish. Oh, speaking of which, by the way, you're doing well. Your wife is doing really well. And how's Hope?
Hope's, she's okay. She's doing well. She's,
all things
she was, her night, when she dialed 911, she was a hero, man. She, there's people alive because of how she said, something on 911 that was just, but she was, very much in charge. So grateful for her big time. So, but it's tough, Al. I mean, the only other guy I know that survived 9 bullet holes is 50 Cent. So maybe you should start calling me the 50.
Oh, I like that.
You ready?
Yeah.
You ready? 50 Cent. So you start calling me the 50 Senator. That's the thing.
The 50 Senator. That I'm writing that down. That might stick. I like that a lot. What do they call 2 quarters? They used to have a thing when what do they call it? It's going to forget.
2 quarters.
2 quarters.
50 cents. What's 50
I know it's 50 cents.
But
what do they call a nickel back in the day?
Oh my God!
2 nickels.
You know what?
It'll come to me.
Stuff about rubbing 2 nickels together.
Yeah, it had a thing. Anyway, let me ask you this, John, because I'm going to be a little harsh on you right now, and it's only because we're friends. So the first photo of you comes out. Well, I think there's one of your feet in stockings, but I don't know if it was yours or not. Anyway, first photo of you comes out, and you're leaving your ER room, and they say you're heading to whatever the next place, rehab.
Yeah.
And you're standing there, you're giving the little thumbs up, and you got your little pathetic little suitcase next to you, and you're heading out. You look good, by the way. I was so happy to see that. It made me happy. But you know what it reminded me of?
What?
The opening scene in Steve Martin and the Jerk. Remember, he's going to leave town, and he stands at the side of the road with his thumb up, and he's got a little bag carried in. It's like, oh, my God, he looks just like Steve Martin. But here's my problem, John. I went for a colonoscopy 3 years ago, right?
Oh my God, yeah.
They wheeled me out of the hospital after that. I said, I'm fine. I'm going to walk up. And no. And this Nazi nurse was like, no, get in the chair. We got to push you out the building. John, you were thumbing your way down the hall and you had to carry your own suitcase. What kind of third-rate hospital were you in? What was going on?
Oh, that's funny. No, I got everything packed and dressed, and I said, don't bring that gurney in here. I'm walking out the hallway. Because it was hard for me to walk. I barely could walk then. And so I walked out there, and I just gave a thumbs up. And
it looked like you were hitchhiking. I'm just getting, your wife's going to be so mad at me. It looked like you're hitchhiking down the hallway, and I'm like, and he's got to bring his own bag. Where are the nurses in this place? I felt bad for you, to be quite frank.
There was a ton of nurses, man. They were all there. They were, and that's funny.
No, on the rehab, you're in rehab now, and how is that going? You're feeling, well, I hate to say good, because everybody who's in rehab, do you like your rehab nurse, or does she hurt you?
Oh no, these people they're pushing me, man. And I had a 25-pound weighted vest on, and they had me
That's
walking
mean.
up hills. They had me doing lunges. I said at one point, I said, I am considered a vulnerable adult. and she said, yeah. And I said, well, there's this reporting piece that is a Vulnerable Adults Act. And I said, as a vulnerable adult, I think somebody should report you to the Vulnerable Adults Act. Everybody started laughing, right? But that was fun. I mean, I had to have humor in this because it's hard as hell.
I can't imagine.
I walked out, dude. I mean, the first time I walked steps, it was like, whoa, my left freaking leg wasn't telling me to do it, and it's like, wow. So
well, this 25 weighted vest, are they trying to make you better than you were when you got in? Because John, when's the last time you wore a weighted vest? I was like, hey, what are you doing here? I don't need to bulk up. I just want to be back to walking again.
Well, that's what they were doing. They were doing that well, that's an endurance builder. Because my goal, I had a goal to build my endurance. And so they've done that, man. It's amazing. They've done that. I'm looking at, Al, I'm sorry, but there are 10 wild turkeys right outside my window.
Where in the world are you? Not that you can't tell me that. I want to know that. Really? All right.
I'm in an undisclosed location, so there you go.
That's fair enough. That was the wrong question. Let me ask you this. You get 9 bullet holes in you. Yeah. Are they all stitched up, or if you and I go have a cigar, will you leak out kind of like an iron that's steaming out?
No, they're gone. They're gone. My the holes are filled in. It's just the aftermath, and I can tell you what the hell's going on with me. It's just I'm just grateful to be alive, Al. I mean,
amen, brother. We all are. We're grateful you're alive, and your wife, and she's totally on the mend. I mean, it takes a while to get through 8 bullet holes. What's the prognosis? Can we get that? Are we looking that we can be pretty close to a Hondo?
Yeah, she's it's 9. She's got 9. She had 9 in her, and they're gone. And she's getting they're taking care of those daily. But she left. She's out. Okay. I'll see her today.
Good.
So it'll be good. It'll be good to see her.
I have heard from a couple centers you have been taking guest visitors. You've been having some visitors, and people have been stopping in and saying, "Hey." Yep,
okay. I have. Yep, I just saw my replacement, Heather Gustafson. She came yesterday, and she said, "Look at this text I got."
That's so wrong. You're not supposed to share that stuff. I do that. That's okay. Yeah,
you're being replaced.
Heather is fantastic. After this happened, Heather, I've been trying to find a slot for her because I really do like Heather Gustafson a lot.
She did radio, didn't she? I think she did radio in her heyday, didn't she?
But it wasn't the Al Travis show, so come on. It wasn't real radio. So she's been coming on.
It was Polka Fest music. I mean, what the hell? She was in some small little market in Nebraska playing
your favorite
Polka Fest.
We're gonna have to go back, but so she's been filling in for you for the most part. She's been taking that slot, and every week I'm like, Senator, can you be on the program? Oh, yes, I can. Well, I mean, you understand, unless John shows up, because we thought possibly last week. She has been your understudy, if you will, for some time, and she did remarkable. I'm going to find a spot for her. I love Senator Gustafson. We've got to go to break. We did start something because of you, John, and I'll lead into it. So when we were talking about on the air about what happened with you and the Hortmans, and you found out the Hortmans. She was a dog. I've had Hoffman on the show a couple times. I like her, right? No, but I had no clue she raised like service dogs, and then the service dog she kept flunked out because he was just too darn nice. He couldn't handle it, so she took the dog. So you find these human interest things out. Like, say, I've had her on the show, but we just talk work, right? Unlike you and I, who talk music and anything else. I said the problem is we don't humanize you senators and representatives enough. We just don't do it, and I got. Talking about you, and you remember the 11 rapid fire questions went back when you were on the cable show?
Baseballs.
What's that?
Spaceballs.
I still didn't understand, John. I'm sorry.
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs. Oh, that
my
movie. Yeah.
favorite movie. And I said Spaceballs, and you paused and you looked at me and you went, "Really?" And then I said, "Yes." And you said, and there was this pause. I shut down the interview, and then when you beat me up over the fact that I was fixing the Oliver Kelly farm, you did your little thing, and I said, "Dude, 67 people on your show, you would decide to beat the hell out of me, not knowing it was me, and here I am." So
okay, now I'm crying a little bit. You're making me laugh. So what we decided to do, John, is we brought back the 11 rapid fires. Now, I can't do 11 every time everybody's on, but every week I've been taking one rapid-fire question from the history of the Al Travis Show and asking folks, God. And they're just loving it. Yeah. And it's back to trying to make people human. Do you care if we play a little rapid-fire with the 4 questions I've had so far? Can we do that on the other side?
Why not?
Why not?
I got it.
He's Senator John Hoffman on the Al Travis Show.
If it's your turn to host a game, Grandpa's Barbecue suggests you try something different. Put out the perfect barbecue flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. Add it to your ribs, dip the meatballs, or drench your wings in the original flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. It isn't too hot or spicy, fruity or smoky or whatever. Grandpa's Barbecue. Available in select stores and online at grandpasbarbecueshop.com.
Tired of one-sided media and divisive noise drowning out your conservative values? Take back the conversation with Braver Angels. Join a grassroots movement to restore civility and find common ground without compromising your principles. As a conservative, your voice matters. Share your perspective on issues like immigration and public health in Red Blue workshops and help rebuild trust in our great nation. Be a leader in depolarizing America. Sign up for free at mn.braverangels.org. Braver Angels, where conservatives, liberals, and independents unite for a stronger republic.
nice to know a guy that knows a guy. Al Travis.
Oh, we know the guy. We love the guy. He's Senator John Hoffman. He's with us today. In the 30 whatever years I've been doing media and that sort of thing, this would be my second favorite day, right after John Hoffman declaring that Spaceballs is his greatest movie ever seen. He came back on my show and is doing it with me again. I love having you on, sir. Thank you for being here. All right. This is going to be weird. I've asked Spaceballs. It's a classic. It's a little classic.
I froze you for a second, so that was pretty good.
Of all the people I had on and, get these dignified senators, Spaceballs, you were the only one to mention that movie, which is really strange to me when there's things like Ben-Hur. Not the point. These questions are going to seem weird. I've got the questions that I've asked everybody why since you've been gone, and I think they're going to be weird asking you this, but I think it might make it okay. John Hoffman, Senator Hoffman, one place you always wanted to see.
Yeah. So I'm listening.
Oh yeah,
I got a nurse gonna do some stuff while you talk to me, right. Al. So you keep talking. All right.
Tell her to wear gloves, John.
She's wearing gloves.
What's one place you always wanted to see?
One place I always wanted to see?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Al, that's the easiest. Mombasa Beach.
Where's Mombasa Beach?
Kenya.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, this is why this is interesting with you, John. With what happened in your life, are you can you make that happen? We should make it happen. Somebody, if you can make that happen for John, let it happen. Come through the program.
Mombasa Beach. You know why? I want to sit on the beach. The water's supposed to be so beautiful. Okay. I'm going to sit on the beach, and then I'm going to drink espresso coffee, and I, don't tell anybody, but I will smoke a cigar.
Oh, Bobby, are they getting on you about cigar smoking? Because I think cigar therapy is underrated.
Yeah, they are.
Okay,
they were worried about my heart.
Oh,
cigar. Yeah.
Last photo you took on your fancy phone, and don't tell me it's that Steve Martin the jerk photo. You got another photo on that phone since then?
I do, and I can't remember what it is, Al. To be honest with you, because once you call the FBI, they'll tell you because they downloaded everything. So,
see, but I don't get. Okay, well, when you're better, we're going to talk about that because as the victim, I'm not sure why your phone's involved, but we'll talk FBI stuff another time. All right. This is back to the questions that seem weird asking you. One meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Pizza.
What could you eat the rest of your life?
Pizza. I told you, pizza.
Well, you know what? Pizza's not a bad call because if you did just declare it pizza, you can put other toppings on it and stuff and change it up. That's not so bad.
Pizza. No, man, but it's the best of all worlds, man. It's especially if it's done right. If it's an Italian, with a wood-fired grill,
there you go.
Then we're good. Yeah.
Can I ask, how's the food been in the last month?
Actually, they do good here. The rehab center.
Oh, okay.
Protein. They really get the protein up, so it's all good.
Fair enough. Your last question. What do you do to relax?
What do I do to relax?
Well, I know what you used to do to relax. They're not on the cigar thing anymore. We're going to get over that, by the way, because we're going to have cigars.
No, sitting and reading a book is relaxing, dude. So
what's the John Hoffman read? Are you a murder mystery guy? Are you a sci-fi guy?
No,
you like Spaceballs, comic books?
No comic books. I got Jake Trapper's book.
Oh.
I got was given to me. That's going to be my new read when I'm home. So.
Fantastic.
Isn't that great?
Oh, you know what's great, John? We're out of time. That sounded wrong. We're out of time, but it was great as you came into the show with me today. I can't be more thrilled that you have been here, sir. Thank you, and God bless you and your family. Absolutely love you like a brother. And you tell that nurse Ratchet, or whatever her name is, you will be having cigars with Al at some point, whether they like it or not. And they're on me, by the way. That's the other thing. I'll even buy this time. Fair enough?
Thank you.
All right. Senator John Hoffman on the Al Travis Show.
Tired of one-sided media and divisive noise drowning out your conservative values? Take back the conversation with braver